Hi, what's up, everybody? Salam. Get this in front of me. Moving, fighting. There we go. All right, Salam. My name is Mustafa. This is Sabr Path. Let me get this. Oh, boom. There we go. My name is Mustafa. I'm a game developer. This is Sabr Path. I've worked in the game industry. I've worked doing administrative work in the AAA game industry. I've done QA and software development. I've done indie development, full solo solo indie development. So I did the whole game myself, trying to have one game on Steam, trying to work on another game for that second one. And uh, get back to it. And on this channel, Subway Path, I talk about video game related topics, industry problems, my take on those problems, uh, potential solutions, and why things are problems, etc. Things like that. And do these live streams weekly. That's basically it. I try to do Tuesdays, 10 a.m. Central Time, and if I don't, if I can't do it on Tuesday, I try to do it Wednesday or something like that. But anyways, let's get going. So this week, we're going to talk about a couple of things. There were some announcements recently. The Steam machine, as well as Tim Sweeney having the Unreal. What was the thing called? Uh, what was it called? Do I have? That is not it. What is it? There's something going on. No, there's no sound. All right. Anyways, so yeah, Tim Sweeney had an event, State of Unreal 2026. So we're gonna talk about that, and we'll get into that. We'll get into Unreal. We'll get into um the Steam machine, and I'll try to keep up with the chat. I'll talk to the chat whenever possible. No one's in chat right now yet. I don't see anybody. No one's saying what's up. If you're in the chat, say what's up. I left a link, affiliate link to my book on Amazon. It's in the chat. I figure I need to start using it more often because I barely use the affiliate links, and basically Amazon, if they don't get enough activity from your account, they end up taking away your affiliate link privileges. So I gotta drop the link, and you don't need to buy the book, but it helps if you click on the link. So the way how the affiliate program works on Amazon is that you don't need to buy the thing that you get linked to. So if I leave a link to Amazon, and if I'm the last person that you clicked on an affiliate link, basically the way how it works is that it starts like a 16-hour timer, and then if you buy anything on Amazon within those 16 hours, then I get credited for getting you to the website. That's basically how it works. So you don't need to buy the thing I linked to you, but it helps if you click on the link. Anyways, let's get to and I guess just to buy some more time since I don't see people in the chat yet. Let's talk about the upcoming video. So the upcoming video, I have it. It's done. I recorded it. Well, sorry, it's not done. It's done recording. I recorded it. I have the base editing done, like cutting all the times I resaid something, cutting the empty space, etc. So it's like 15 minutes long. The whole video is about 15 minutes long now. And what else am I gonna say? Yeah, so now I need to put B-roll. So some B-roll footage on top of it, like video game trailers, etc. Just some video game footage on top, as well as some stock B-roll footage. and then it should be done. Like, that's basically it. I just need to put the B-roll footage, and then I can upload it. So it should be available tomorrow. Um, Plus I gotta make the thumbnail, So the B-roll footage and the thumbnail, and then I'm done. It shouldn't take me too much longer to finish editing the video. The video is on the topic of addictive games, kind of a tie-in with Men's Mental Health Month. Um, Trying to I know people get defensive when when you say negative things about video games because there's a constant attack on video games. So and people love video games so much and a lot of people get defensive. So I try to make sure that pointing out that I'm not attacking video games with the video with that video. It's more about the game industry taking advantage of men. So that's the angle that I went with. Hey, Liam, what's up, Liam? I see you. How you doing? Thanks for joining in on the live stream. I appreciate you here. Um, Yeah, so that's that. Video should be available tomorrow. What else? Do I have an update on the situation? Let me check the email real quick. Second. Check the Oh yeah, so I'm at check the email, then see if YouTube responded to me yet. My Sabr path email. Perks are in review. Okay, so I put in a request. So it's in review. YouTube is reviewing my membership perks. So I put in a request to start memberships. Like the thing about memberships with my channel, I don't want to take away anything from w- from my audience. So I'm not putting anything behind a paywall. But I also want to make sure that people who support the channel get something out of it. Um, so and another thing is I want to monetize because I mean, quite frankly, I mean, I'm not doing too well financially, and if I put in time into something, I want to get something in return. I don't want to, like basically endanger my family, like, as far as, like, paying the bills. It's my responsibility to pay the bills. So I don't want to, like, and put my family in any risk by focusing time on something that's not making me money. And that's why it's a goal to, like, make more money than what I am already. Like right now, I mean, this channel is making me nothing. Like throughout all of last year, 2025, I made like $500 off of YouTube. Considering the amount of time I put into it, and I was making a lot of videos last year. So considering the amount of time and the money that came back in return, like the $500, that is actually like super below minimum wage. Um, so it's not very good as the time investment. So that's why I try to like come up with ways. Okay, what can I do to make more money to monetize and make sure that I'm not taking away from my audience and I'm making my audience happy. So basically, what I'm doing with the memberships, I submit to YouTube. YouTube is reviewing it, and basically, what my memberships will look like for the YouTube channel will be for $5 a month. You get like an early access to the video. So basically, I'll upload the video. You get like I think I'll set it for like 24 hours. 24 hours. The supporters will get early access. They'll get access to emojis, as well as like a badge next to your name, and also people who support. their names will be at the end of the video. I'll give them a shout out at the end. I mean, depending on how many people, if it's like only 10 people, then I'll probably name them all. But if it's like 50, then it's gonna be like a splash screen with everybody's name on it. Um, so it depends on how many people. If there's only one person, of course, I'll shout them out. But point being that's probably the most I can offer at the moment, just like a shout out for the people who are supporting. But I mean, it's only $5 a month, so it's not like I don't feel too bad. Uh, the fact that I don't have like these big member only perks. Um, so But of course, if I start making more money off of the memberships, then I'll look into doing something that's specifically for the members. But right now it's more of a like, hey, if you want to support, go ahead and support. If you don't want to support, you're not gonna miss out on anything. That's basically it. That's how the YouTube memberships are gonna be at the moment. Um I am, like, right at the let me let me there we go. Alright. Yeah, look, I am right there. I'm right there at 7K. Just one more person, and it took me forever to get here. Like, it's been a wild ride. Whoops. Go back, analytics, go here, live count. Yeah. So, this has been so if I zoom out, go to a custom date. Custom, let's do the beginning of January oh 01, oh 01, fly. Yeah, so I was going down and then I released a video. Something gave me a boost. This was but anyways, like I got a little boost there. And I've been going down for a long time. I have suspicions as to like what's going on. My sister-in-law told my wife that, she noticed she's no longer, subscribed to me. So I think, like, YouTube's been, like, unsubscribing me or something from people, but, anyways, it's been going down for a long time, and then I got another boost in May. I think this is the video I did on Tim Kaine. And then recently, it seems that my video that Asmongold did a reaction to. His video's getting more traffic, so mine's getting more traffic too. And now I'm almost at basically right there, 7K. I'm finally getting to 7K. So that's a milestone. Um, because as you can see here, this is still my top video right here, the my DEI experience. And this is within the last month. Last month I've got 1700 views on this video. So, just let me yeah, like I said, like the last year I made like 500 bucks. Like this is this is not I'm not making bank off of this. Just to be transparent. But anyways, let's transition back to this. Oh, there's my name. Anyways, we're gonna talk about the Steam machine first. Let me get that on the screen. Here's the announcement. You want to share your thoughts on the Steam machine? Let me know. Liam, you're the only one in the chat, I think. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Steam machine. But let's push this over Here's the newly announced Steam machine. And so the thing that Valve was saying about this Steam machine, um, since the earliest announcements, so now they announced like the date or not, coming to this year and the price and everything. This making not disturb. Supposed to not make sound downward. All right, do not disturb. Hey, Zedzag, salam alaikum. Why is it so expensive? Steam machine without control is kind of a hard sell. Personal YouTube channel. Hey, what's up? What's happening? Okay, so yeah, so one thing that well, let's start talking about the price. Since that's the thing that everyone's disappointed with. Um go over here. So there's like two versions, and the real version is over $1,000. Or this is the real version. Yeah, with the 2 terabyte. No one wants this half a terabyte Steam machine. That's gonna fill up in a second. So you might as well pay the extra $300 and get an extra 1.5 terabytes. So this is the real version. Well, then you have to add in another $100, almost $100 for the controller. So then we're talking about 1,500, almost 1,500 before tax. Plus add tax, however much that is. I'm not happy about it. I'm not gonna get one. I can't afford that. Hey, Mohsen, salam alaikum. I'm actually getting good at catching live streams, and the base machine doesn't even come with a controller. No, it does not come with a controller. I'm glad that at least they have made this new controller, because the previous controller, I've used it before. Like, I never bought one. What was the old controller? Um, controller. This one. This Valve controller, Valve Steam Link controller. This was goofy. There's a reason why they discontinued this, because like there's one analog stick right there, and then you have this touchpad, and then this is another touchpad, and I used it before at conventions, and I wasn't a fan of it. I don't think many people were a fan of it because it's trying something so different. It might be better. The thing is, even if this is a better setup, the problem is it's so radically different. You have to retrain your brain to use this thing. And when you have to retrain your brain, then that buffer of training your brain makes it off-putting. So even if this is a better design, like this is uh like it takes a while for players to get used to it. So I mean it's good that they decided to go with why is this? I want to see the image. What's going on? Okay, that's weird. I don't know why it's opening a new tab every time I'm clicking on that, but let's see this one. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this looks much more doable. Like you have your buttons, you have your analog sticks, and you have these touchpads. Much more doable. But going back to basically from what I looked into this, it seems that of course this is not a high-end gaming PC. That's not what this is meant for. This is meant to um allow you to play games on your TV. The thing is, though, this is I believe it's weaker than, like, a PS5, or at least a PS5 Pro. It's weaker than a PS5 Pro, but it's more expensive. Though the upside is that you get to, uh, play your PC game library, and it's supposed to be, easier to play your PC games, um, on TV with this. Um, what's the other upside? I guess that's it. Like, it's supposed to make it easier for you to play on your TV. Um, Downside is that it's weak. You have to, optimize the settings of the game to, uh, play it optimally on the Steam machine. I imagine that they're going to probably, uh update the operating system of the Steam OS that's on here so that, you can instantly optimize, the games for the Steam machine. So, for example, like I have, what is this? NVIDIA, um, get this on. I got this, and the NVIDIA. I can go to my games. Where's the games? The system library, I guess. See all. Yeah. So, I could click on a game, and for some reason this isn't letting me do it, but yeah, this one I could click optimize, and then it will optimize the game for my system. And I'm assuming that they're going to do something similar. They'll do something similar for um the Steam machine where they'll add in a feature because from the review I watched, it was like IGN's review. They're going over the features and they're talking about how like you have to go to the in-game settings and optimize the game to run optimally on the Steam machine. And they were able to get certain games to run at like 40-ish frames per second, etc. Um, so I imagine that, eventually they're going to integrate into the operating system. You click on it and it will, uh, set the game to the optimal settings for the Steam. Um, let me catch up with the chat real quick. Okay, let me scroll up. Let me scroll up. There's a lot. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, yeah, most and about building a PC. That's the thing. Like, who's the audience for this? I feel like, um, for people who want to play a game on TV, they're going to get a PS5. I don't think they're gonna get Xbox, but most will get PS5. So, either PS5 or Nintendo Switch 2. Mostly they'll get a PS5. Just from my experience with my current warehouse job, so I work at a large retail warehouse. Not Amazon, but it's a different one. I don't want to say because I don't want to dox myself and get fired. But basically, from so my job is I get the orders, I go to the items off the shelf, I scan them, and then I package them, and I ship them. And basically, I mean, the point of bringing this up is that PS5 is the console that seems to um, be the one that gets ordered the most from my experience working there. Um, Xbox less than, PS5, and Nintendo Switch was hot during the holiday season, but then it really slowed down after the holiday season. Um, but I think if someone wants a gaming experience on their console, they're going to want, um, PS5 or something like that. game experience on their TV. If they want a PC game experience, they're going to get a PC. They're going to get something stronger, more powerful, something that um, allows them to play with mouse and keyboard. So, who's the audience for the Steam machine? That's the real question. Um, I imagine that they're already selling this at a loss. Yeah, it is really expensive. Um, I am not I am not denying that. I agree that this is super expensive. But I do imagine that they're selling this at a loss because of the fact that the we're in this time in which hardware prices have spiked up due to all these data centers. First, it was crypto mining, now it's data centers. So, all these um, hardware manufacturers are focused putting 70% of their manufacturing towards data centers because they're making more money selling to the data centers than they are selling to consumers. So, I mean, that's the situation we're in. Um, but with that said, I do imagine that they're selling this at a loss. I think they're gonna have to sell this at even larger loss. I'm no business expert. So this is just my opinion. I'm definitely no business analyst, but my opinion is that it needs to be an even larger loss, and they need to focus on making their money back off of software. Get people onto the hardware so that they can make more off the software because Valve simply makes lots of money off of their Steam store. They make infinite money from their Steam store. Every game sold, they make 30%. Every single game that gets sold on Steam, they make 30%. So, like if the goal is to increase the amount of people who are buying games on Steam, then I think the game plan should be to just sell this at like the biggest loss possible. Just sell at a huge loss and just try to focus on getting people hooked on buying software. Of course, at a certain point they're going to have to buy so many games to make up for that hardware loss, the sales lost on hardware. But like I said, I'm no business analyst here, but that's how I see it. I see it as, okay, they need to sell this at the biggest loss of oh, jeez. Uh, let's get that off the screen. Okay, yeah, just sell us at the biggest loss possible and, focus on getting people buying these. That's basically how I see it. Let me get back to, alright, the market's not for me, the price is fairly high. Second computer's just the game with. Looks cool, but the goofy look. It wasn't as good to use as the new one, but I like the look. Hey, Play Nice Games. How's it going? Glad you're in here. Should have been the next gen console instead. The um one came late in my opinion. I mean the thing is for it to be next gen, like my opinion on the next gen, I don't even know when a next gen will be a thing. I think the next gen quotes will be more about the engines being more optimized with um the affordable hardware. That's how I see the next gen. The next gen will have to be when the large engines such as Unreal and Unity um, are able to just be more optimized, um, just so that they are running faster. They're doing they're, they're doing more with less. That's what it needs to do. Because I don't see like the next gen of hardware. I don't see that as a thing that's coming in anytime soon. Like how long has this generation opened it over here? Okay, how long has this console generation been going for? Um, how long has the current console gen been going for? Did PS5 come out? Okay, so 2020 was Xbox. And 2020 was so it's been about 6 years. Well, it says 5 years, 7 months. So yeah, it's been about 6 years. Um, was the I know the generation with PS3 was incredibly long. Okay, so last generation was 8 years long. So it was even longer. Okay, so last generation was 2012 to 2020. And the generation before that, the PS3, Xbox 360. Okay, yeah. So from 2005 to 2012 was the PS3 era, Xbox 360 era, and then this was 8 years long, the previous one, and the current one, it looks like it's 6 years long. I think this generation will have to just be longer. It will have to be like 10 years long or longer. I don't see the next gen of hardware being a thing anytime soon because it's just simply too expensive. Um, Consoles are getting more expensive and people are making less money. That's just how it is. I don't see it as a thing that's coming up anytime soon. Uh, for controller, 2 week hard wise. I'm trying to get the 2 terabyte Steam. It's expensive, but I like the new tech. Yeah, I feel like if you get any of these, the 2 terabyte, this just needs to be it. Like why stop here? Like you might as well go all the way. Plus, I mean, you need the controller. So this is the lowest one right here because you need the controller. But then, like, just why stop? Get the extra 1.5 terabytes. Even with spare money, it's a waste of said spare change. I think this is for people who are simply enthusiasts. Like, but I agree. I agree. But the problem is, like, why are they going for that as their audience? Like, why go for enthusiasts as your audience because that seems to be such a small audience. Like you're going for the rich people to who already have a gaming setup and they just want a secondary gaming setup. Is that what's going on? Because I imagine the audience that I imagine this should go for would be people who are console gamers to someone who's plays on PS5 or Xbox and wants to get into playing PC games and expand their library because they see all these PC games are coming out and it's like, okay, here we go. Got more games to play. I can partake in these Steam sales. It's about the power of a base PS5. Sometimes worse, sometimes better. Yeah, that's what I was seeing. It seems that it is comparable to PS5, but looks like it's a little bit weaker. I mean, like maybe like you said, playing ice games. It might be in certain cases a little bit better. Uh, Hey, Cosgrove, how's it going? How you doing, Cosgrove? Yeah, I have a 3070. So, yeah, it's like might as well get like a and I paid I don't know, like 1,200 for mine when I was new. So I bought the whole PC. Um it was a gaming PC. I bought it because my previous PC got damaged when I moved from California to Texas. Like physically damaged. As it was like I guess the road was too bumpy or whatever, but physically got damaged. And so I had to buy a brand new PC when I moved to Texas. And I think my gaming PC at the time I got from Micro Center, it was like 1,200, something like that, and it had a 3070 in it. I imagine it's like getting a gaming PC is not as cheap now because hardware prices are up so high, but still. Uh, Not going to have an auto set. Setting on the Steam OS level. Steam OS is likely any other operating system. It's going to be on a wide variety of devices, so no standard. Oh, you think so? Oh, I mean, you're a technical guy, play nice games, so I'll take your word for it since you have a better technical expertise. I'm more of a designer. I don't know too much about technicals like you on the other hand. The Amazon, isn't it? It's okay. We still love you, Amazon. Uh Oh, no, I don't no, I don't work at Amazon. No. I have worked at Amazon back in 2011 and it was terrible. I hated that job. Um yeah, yeah, they work you like a mule. The current job, not Amazon, not as big as Amazon, but, at least, I mean, that's a good thing because, I don't work as hard. Um, I'm not saying working hard is bad, but, being worked like a mule, like, they do not want you to have, um they don't want you to be happy. It was terrible. Let me put this so I was working at the Amazon, in Indiana. I lived in Indiana at the time, back in 2011, and, I worked at the Amazon warehouse, um, for I think 2 or 3 months. It was during the holiday season, and, like, they're hiring people all the time because, um job retention's terrible. No one likes it there. But people work there because they need a job. The warehouse that I was at that time, it was the biggest Amazon warehouse in North America. Granted, this was, back in 2011. I don't know if there are larger ones now. There might be larger ones now, but at the time in 2011, it was the largest Amazon fulfillment center in North America. This place was so big that and it was poorly designed too because like the break rooms are like in the center. Like so it's a long warehouse, and in the middle was the break room, and they would play these chimes like a bell ring. You hear the chime and it's time for your break. You get like 2 15-minute breaks and 1, lunch break, which is like I can't remember, it was like 30 minutes, a 30-minute lunch break, and it's a 10-hour shift too. 10-hour shift, 15-minute break, 30-minute lunch break, 15-minute break. Um, so 10-hour shift total. Basically, the way how like, if I wanna go to the break room during these 15-minute breaks, I spend like 5 minutes there because the building's so long. If I'm at the very far end and then I hear the chime and I start walking towards the break room, even if I'm like power walking, it'll take me 5 minutes to get to the break room. By then, I've already spent 1/3 of my break walking to the break room, and I need to be back working when the second chime hits. The second chime after 15 minutes, I need to be working. I need to have my tails on, scanning things and working at that second 15 minutes. So if I walk to the break room 5 minutes, I spend another 5 minutes in the break room and then spend another 5 minutes walking back. So I spent 10 minutes of my 15-minute break walking to the break room. It was terrible. Like most people, when they hear, like, if they're at the far end, if they're just too far away from the break room, they just sit down on the floor. Like, if we're working and then you hear a chime and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna sit right here on the warehouse floor, wait my 15 minutes, and then get back to work. Plus, like, they didn't allow us to have our phones with us because they didn't want us to take pictures. It was like it was against the rules to have any device that is able to take pictures because they don't want us to like record anything inside there. So, we can't listen to anything while we're working. Listen to music, listen to podcasts, whatever. You can't listen to anything because you're not allowed to have any device that lets you listen to stuff. So you're working for 10 hours, you're not talking to anybody because everyone's going different directions. It was it was a mess. I hated that job. Anyways, that was a tangent. That was let's get back to the chat. I'm over here getting frustrated just thinking about the Amazon job. Thank God I'm not working at Amazon right now, but, yeah. Let's see. Steam Machine has no unique, proposition that can offset this price. Steam Deck has the Yeah, yeah, Mohsin, I agree with you. Yeah, at least the Steam Deck has the portability. And, but they raised the price on that. They raised the price of the Steam Deck, I guess, to make the Steam Machine look more appealing. I mean, the official word is that they're making it more expensive because hardware is more expensive, but, like, are they making it more expensive just to try to get people to get the Steam Machine? Who knows? Um, like the machines built built to be AI bait just to, dupe the silly corporation into buying into a bad deal. Oh, Valve said that they're not selling at a loss. Okay. They won't offset the cost via game sales. That's crazy. Like they got money. They're huge. Valve is huge. Where is let's see. I have not private window. Anyways, how much is Valve worth? Like there's probably no official number since they are a privately held company. But it's estimated that they are worth 7.7 billion to 8 billion. And that was back in 2002. Um, 2026, let's see, estimated between 9.5 billion to 11 billion in 2026. Yeah, like these guys are making bank. Like they can afford to sell at a loss. Okay. Anyway, let me just mention real quick. If you guys want to do a super chat at any point, feel free to. But I'm still going to try to get through with the regular chat, and also let me. Do I still have that? Yeah. Okay. So here's I'm sharing a link to my book on Amazon, which I'm going to mention in my video. That's I'm going to release tomorrow. This isn't a new book. I've released this book like I think 2020. It's been a while. Yeah. Is I think it was 2020 when I released the book. But the point of me sharing the link is that the way how Amazon affiliates uh, works is that if you click on the link and then you buy anything, you don't need to buy the thing I link you to. But if you buy anything within 16 hours, then I get credit for sending you to Amazon. That's basically how it works. So if you don't want to click it, don't need to click it. But if you plan on buying something on Amazon, the affiliate link, and I'd appreciate the help. Let me try to catch up with the chat real quick. Yeah, Mohsen, about canceling the project. I wonder if they were just in too deep. If they're like, if they went through all the R&D, they designed it, they went through all this stuff, and they're like, well, everything's more expensive now, but we're this far, we might as well keep going. We're gonna talk about Unreal 6 next. Let me catch up with the chat. See if anyone else has anything else to say about Steam Machine before we move on to the next topic. One second. They're preparing people for the trumpets being blown. Plus, slowly working in the back to get Nvidia playing ball. DMI Alliance to open up HDMI 2.2. Um, yeah, as far as like PC games that are like of available that aren't available on console, the majority of them are indie. Yeah, there are some larger. Which larger games? I think when it comes to AAA, like everything is there on console, but like the majority is going to be indie games. Probably like, one or two bigger games that are not available on console, but like, the majority is just gonna straight up be indie games. And, maybe people wanna try out indie games. They're tired of AAA and live stream sorry, not live stream, live service, AAA and live service games. They're just tired of being bamboozled, and they wanna try out some indie games for I'm trying to catch up with everything before we move on to the Unreal 6 talk. Um, yeah, I agree with Liam that there's always gonna be slop. Because when it comes to like people being afraid of AI slop on just being released. The previously it was the fear for slop was asset flips, and this resulted to a large population of indie developers who were afraid of using any assets at all in their games, because they don't want to be called an asset flip. And there's nothing wrong with purchasing assets from the store and then using them in your game in a meaningful way. But there is something wrong with, like, just purchasing some really cheap assets, uh, doing the bare minimum to making a working product, and then releasing that. That is an asset flip when you put no heart into it, you put no intention towards, developing a game that is entertaining, that has fun gameplay or any sort of narrative. That's an asset flip. And it's gonna be the same with the AI. Um, you're gonna have people who will use it intentionally to improve their workflow, to develop faster, but then they're also gonna have people who just want to make something fast and cheap. And, like, what is the it gets paint. So, like, when it comes to game development, got this triangle over here, got our triangle, and then so we have fast development time. That's what fast means. Cheap, then we have quality. So basically, when it comes to game development, you can only pick two of these. Like, you're gonna miss out on something. So it's like, okay, if you want to develop something fast and you want to also be high quality, it's not gonna be cheap. It's gonna be expensive. If you want to have something fast and cheap, most of the time it's not gonna have quality. If you want something quality and cheap, it's gonna take a long time to develop. Like, that's basically how it works with game development. And with basically, you end if you're on the slop side, fast and cheap, whether it's, AI or if it's going to be asset flip, like, whatever, like, the main thing is the intention. Like, if they're intending on making it cheap and fast, and they're not trying to make something fun, regardless as to whether it's either of these, asset flip or AI. Okay, I think I'm almost at the end over here. Plans for GT What are your plans for GTA 6? My plans for GTA 6 is to play GTA 5. I have yet to play GTA 5, but I own it. I own it on Epic Game Store because it was free. So I'll finally play GTA 5. I played it once at my younger brother's place on PS4 before it came out on PS5. This was like such a long time ago. And yeah, I guess I'll play Grand Theft Auto 5. That's what I'm gonna do. That's the nice thing about being behind, is that you can play the old stuff. I've seen it before. The other sectors pros always stand out and do lots to make time. Pro will constantly make what you want fast every. Whoa, 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 whoa! I'm going too far down. Kojima, expensive, quality, and slow. Uh, can't have your cake and eat it too as a game dev. I'll go for cheap and quality. The solo guy. What are you working on, Mohsen? You working on with Unity? Godot? Games are not simple to make a game. You need a huge amount of organization, systems, find art as style, promote, public. Yeah, there's a lot to it. Cheap and fast, can be fun too, no? Cheap and fast. So, I mean, it depends on the scale. I guess if the scale if the scale is tiny, then yeah, well, it can be fun. So, yeah, it's gonna be f it can be fun, but, like, is it quality? Like, what I mean by quality is you're not gonna have, like, um, something that looks impressive. If, for example, Vampire Survivor, like, that looks like junk. It's fun, but it looks ugly. Let's be real, it's an ugly game, it looks hideous, but it's fun, okay? So that's what I mean by the quality. Quality can be fun, but quality usually is, like, the presentation. Uh, for the cost of games managing, I'm not against this. 300,000,000. Working on Godot. Okay, nice. Doing a 2D action game. Okay, alright, so let's switch over. Let's switch gears. I think we basically talked, as much about this as possible. Let me there's my name again. Alright, let me look at how far I am on the stream real quick. 1 hour. Okay, so we got, like, about 30 minutes left on this. Let's talk about, Epic Games, Unreal 6. Grandpa High and Retro is a game that's fun made with, AI. What is Grandpa High? Set up. Grandpa High. Grandpa High School? Oh, Grandpa High on Retro. Okay. What is this? What am I looking at? What is what is going on? Grandpa goes on a third person action adventure rampage with his grandson after his session was interrupted by a phone call. This is this is awesome. Okay. Whoa, whoa, what's going on there? All right, let's this is goofy. This is I like this. I like this. This is dumb, but in all the right ways. Other than being connected to the cloud, what does Unreal 6 really bring to the table? Let's talk about that. So I didn't watch the State of Unreal. But, well, let's go through this. Let's go through this. The main thing that I wanna talk about is their whole, like they wanna be Roblox. Like, Tim Sweeney's talking about this. That was the main thing that, stood out to me, but, let's read this real quick. Last week, Epic Games officially announced, its next gen engine, Unreal 6. Its details about planned features and changes to the engine's architecture outlined during June 17th, State of Unreal 6. Among the announcements, Epic shared plans for portable content codes and economies between Unreal developed games, with Fortnite slated to be the first real proof of concept. In Fortnite's case, portability will allow cosmetics obtained or purchased in game to be used in other Unreal Engine games and vice versa. I think that was announced a while back. Um, Additionally, because I feel like I heard this already. But anyways, additionally, Unreal 6's cross-game social link. Yeah, this is the main thing that people have been talking about. Um, it'll feature this feature will allow players to be connected to one game, but voice chat with people playing in another. Recent interview with South Korean outlet Invin Global, Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney went in detail about these features and teased them as potential solution to some of the issues new releases face. And wait, And and some of the issues new releases face in today's gaming landscape. While prefacing that the AAA industry current crisis is related to many complex factors, including excessive production budgets that don't consider market size. He says there's another unique hurdle facing specifically by multiplayer live service titles, which Epic hopes to address. So he's correct. He's correct with like um, these multiplayer live service titles are too expensive. Well, a lot of games are too expensive. They're not making enough money back, and that multiplayer live service titles have a hard time with retention on the player base. But his solution is wacky. Here's where I disagree with him, or everyone disagrees with him. Like his solution is to make Roblox. Like, how do we combat Roblox? It's that we make Roblox. He wants to make Unreal Engine plus Unreal Editor for Fortnite. Anyways, users tend to enjoy games with their actual friend groups, and it's nearly impossible to move an entire group of friends from an existing game to a completely new one. Only the massive mega hits that appear once every few years succeed in this community migration. This is the decisive reason why many multiplayer new releases have failed one after another recently. Users have already formed solid human networks in Fortnite, Call of Duty, Counter Strike, and Apex Legends. There is no reason to leave friends behind to go to a new game alone, he says. And that is correct. I've mentioned this before in like some of my videos that like or at least with the video for High Guard, I said like you need to be better than the competition for people to leave that game for High Guard. High Guard can't be a mediocre game and expect to succeed when it's competing with all these games that have millions of players. Like all these games that are just listed off, they have millions of players, and they don't want to leave their friend base for High Guard. Like that's one of the key reasons why High Guard failed is because it was like it was boring. It didn't look exciting. It didn't look cool. It didn't look appealing. Graphically, it looked mediocre. Visually, it looked mediocre. Gameplay wise, people were saying it was boring, and they don't want to leave their established friend groups. That's a huge thing. However, with Unreal Six's aforementioned cross-game social link, users will be able to form parties via voice chat with friends in Game B while connected to Game A, and encourage them to try a new game. Like this is dumb because a lot of times people will there are some people who will play different games with their friends and just talk as they play together, but a lot of times people want to party together and play the same game at the same time. Additionally, he considers that being able to bring over rare items from one game to another will give players an even stronger economic incentive to try new releases. So like this whole thing is um like I said, the whole Roblox thing. He wants to make Fortnite into more into Roblox so that developers, rather than making their own games that are standalone, he wants developers to come to Fortnite and make a game inside Fortnite so that these items can carry over. The social and economic interconnection we are designing as a core architecture of Unreal 6 will not only help next gen developers develop games much more efficiently and sophisticatedly, but will ultimately lock users in strongly, dramatically increasing the probability of global success. Like so Tim Sweeney, first and foremost, he's a programmer. He's a programmer first, and then he became a businessman second. And like yeah, he had some business successes by making Unreal Engine like the predominant engine used in AAA gaming. He also has a success with making Fortnite so big. That's also a business success. But I think overall his the business mindset like is just clearly flawed. Like he rather than coming up with something that he sees the problem, and rather than coming up with a solution to fix the problem, which uh the solution I guess like one major solution is like stop making live service multiplayer games. Like the the market's not big enough for everybody to have a live service multiplayer game. And people are getting tired of them to begin with. That's a solution rather than like understanding. Okay, here's the problem. Let's not go there. He wants to embrace it and be like, okay, let's be the big juggernaut. Let's try to make Fortnite even bigger. Let's make it beyond a game. Let's make it a platform. Let's try to make this Roblox. Let's just copy Roblox. That's a solution. No, no, that's not a solution. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Come on. Hey, Mr. 10 years, Assalamu alaikum. Doing? Let me scroll up on the chat. Let me see. Hey, Sarvanan. What's happening? All right, let me scroll up in the chat even more. Uh ooh. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I'm caught up to where back to where I was. Let's see. How you doing, Sarvanan? And let's see. Being connected to the cloud. Okay. Stability. Is one of the questions. Yeah, like I feel like this is a huge missed opportunity to make like okay, so like Unreal 6, make it more more efficient, make it faster, make it easier to use, easier to develop. Like our I know a lot of people don't like Unreal 5 because a lot of games use Unreal 5 and a lot of games are broken, but Unreal 5, the reality is, when it comes to an engine, the engine's just a tool, and like it like the developer, it's up to the engineer to understand how to use that tool and utilize it. Because there can be good games with Unreal 5, but it needs to be utilized. And out the box, Unreal 5 is very powerful. I played around with it a little bit. I didn't use it too much. I'm more of a Unity guy, but I was trying to play around with it like years ago, and I was making this game. It was just like this ball rolling game, and my wife came up behind me. She's like, "Wow, your game looks so much better now." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just using a different engine, because the lighting, out the box, the lighting is so much better. The way how it's set up, it makes games look so much better in Unreal than in Unity. Um, with Unity, you have to do some more tweaking to make the lighting look better than how it looks by default. Plus you gotta use some shaders, etc. But by default, Unreal 5 looks great. But the point being, like I said before, the problem that we're hitting now is this console generation is going to be longer. Like I said, I'm no business expert. I'm also no hardware expert either. But just from seeing how things are going with prices and people don't have money for new consoles, um, what needs to be done is these engines just need to be more sophisticated. They need to be faster, easier to use, and utilize the already existing hardware, not this crazy Roblox shenanigans. It's like um Tim Sweeney's very obsessed right now with creating a platform that everyone wants to go on. And Like right now, Epic Game Store, it is not the Steam store. It's not the same. It's slower, like literally like just going from one page to another, a lot slower. Just clicking on stuff. Um the library is not it doesn't have as many features. It doesn't have the same community features such as leaving reviews, like forum posts talking about the game, leaving um what else? What was the word I'm looking for? Like guides, making a guide for the game and posting it in the community. All these things are in the Steam store, and the Steam ecosystem is a lot more community friendly, and Epic Game Store doesn't have all that. It's also been training the user base to just log in once a week, get the free game, and then log off. Don't use it again. Like, people don't buy games on Epic's Game Store. Plus, as a developer, I know exactly how to release a game on Steam. It is very easy. It's a simple process. It costs $100. I sign up. I can submit my game. It gets reviewed. It gets posted. It's a very easy process. Much easier than like even GOG. GOG has a harder process. Like, you have to send them an email, and then maybe they might email you back. I sent them 2 emails. They never email me back. I guess they don't want my game on GOG. I have no clue where to get started with Epic Game Store. I'd have to look it up. No clue. Um, but yeah, the fact that Steam's so easy for developers is a huge it's a huge factor. Like that, of course, that leads to a lot more slop that's being posted on there, but um the algorithm's very sophisticated and generally does not put slop games in your face, because you need to have the game needs to have at least 10 user reviews from confirmed purchases for it to show up in like the people's feed. And generally the slop games will not get 10 reviews because they're slop. um and aside from that, what else? Yeah, yeah, and, like, if you don't wanna see certain games in your queue, there's a lot of customization to block that out. Like, I don't see not mature rated, but adult games, um, because, like, at a certain point, a lot of them were showing up on my feed, and I was like, "Nope, I don't wanna see this show up." So, you could easily turn that off. Um, but let me see what you guys are saying. Hey, name gnome, how's it going? Let me switch over transition. I don't need that on the screen anymore. Boom, there's my name. That's me. Any formal technical process to which find the fun in a game you're making, or it's trial and error. You find it fun. Is that good enough? So, as far as the fun, so, like, when it comes to finding the fun, yeah, it comes down to developing a gameplay loop. The gameplay loop comes into like, there's basically 2 different loops. You have, um I guess the best way to discuss this is, like, let me get, do this again. Alright, so, the alright, so we have, um genre, if I can spell it right, genre. Let's make this bigger. 22 genre. All right. And then we have um we're gonna call this system slash sub genre. All right. these words don't really matter. You can call this anything you want, but the point is um the definition that's more important. Then you have theme slash aesthetics, right? So basically, whoops, that there. Anyways, let me get rid of that's good enough. We'll copy this. All right, paste that on there. Okay, there we go. Here's my presentation. I'm throwing it together in a second. So we have Hollow Knight here. All right. When we look at the gameplay loop of Hollow Knight, what are you doing within the cycle of 30 seconds to a minute? You are, you know, jumping and attacking. Like you're jumping around, attacking. So essentially the game is a platformer. I know some of you will be like, "Oh no, no, it's not a platformer." Undo. Let's put this over here. It's a Metroidvania. But the thing is, like I said, these words, genre, all the like these don't matter. The point is the concept I'm trying to explain. So within 30 seconds to a minute, you're basically what makes this game fun is that it's a platformer. You're jumping around, you're attacking, you're jumping from platform to platform. What makes this fun within a session of sitting down, like 30 minutes, 20 minutes to an hour, that is the Metroidvania, because you're talking about at this point, you're talking about more than just jumping around and attacking, but, um, the map exploration, like unlocking abilities, all these things, fighting the bosses, etc. These this is jumping, attacking, platformer. This oh, undo. So genre, got the subgenre or the system. The Metroidvania is the subgenre of the system. Okay. It's because you're doing this within the cycle of 20, 30 minutes. And then if we talk about the theme or aesthetic, then we'll talk about like, bugs, um, the I guess also Souls like over here. Souls like, but theme aesthetic, it's not really a horror game, but like the horror slash bugs. Like when people say something's a horror game, horror is not it's not a gameplay. It doesn't define the game, like what the game actually does. Horror is more of like the theme as and aesthetics. So like bugs, death, um, dark, darkness. Other other examples of themes or aesthetics would be like cyberpunk, medieval fantasy, um, modern day, urban crime. All these are like themes or aesthetics. So like this stuff does not define the game itself. This is more like how the game is going to be presented. These this is how the game's gonna be fun within a minute, 30 seconds to a minute. How the game's gonna be fun. This is how the game's gonna be fun within one sitting, like 20 minutes. Like how the game's gonna be fun. The system, like for example, another example would be, if we look at Borderlands. Borderlands, if we look at the genre, what makes it fun, within a minute, it's shooting enemies in first person. Then we look at the subgenre, the system for Borderlands. It is RPG. You're collecting loot, you're customizing your build, etc. So RPG would be the subgenre or the system, and then the aesthetic would be like the whole like Mad Max type of thing. Hopefully that helps you understand, like, if you start looking at the way you're developing your game like this, then you can find what's fun about your game. Like, what's fun within that first minute? What's fun within 20 minutes? And then this is basically like, how to make your game look different, look unique, etc. Hopefully that answers your question, Mohsin. I don't I didn't have it on screen. I'm a goofball. Okay, all right, let's get that back on screen. Wow, wow, I didn't have it on screen. All right, let's put this back on screen. Here we go. So I'm not gonna repeat all that, but basically, here's what's gonna be fun. Let me change colors. Let's change these colors. There we go. Make this a thicker. Man, I went through all that and I didn't even have it on screen. What a big goofball. All right, so what's gonna be fun within the first minute, and then this is going to be what's fun within the whole sitting, and this is basically like your visual appeal. Anyways, I'm pretty sure what I said doesn't need the visuals, but I'm not gonna go over all that again. That's a waste of time. Um, let's get back to this. The Roblox stuff. I am too old for something I dislike. Same time, I saw a story about Roblox game. Two devs made FPS called TTK and got million. But yeah, like Roblox is much more popular than I initially thought it was. So for a little bit, I was doing substitute teaching at a school, and I was mainly teaching like teenagers, and they keep on like the kids. They're like, "Hey, why don't you develop a game for Roblox?" I'm like, Why do I want to make a game for Roblox?" They're like, "Oh, we love Roblox." Like all of them are really into Roblox. It is super popular. And then I recall one time I took my kids to the park, and there's a kid with their with his parents' phone or whatever playing Roblox at the park. Like, put away the phone. You're at the park. Play, goofball, you dum dum. Touch grass. But yeah, Roblox is extremely popular with kids. Uh, what's what the head studio are looking at? That's what they want to go after. Friends group thing is also the sales pitch for Xbox Game Pass. Yeah, yeah, they all want to create an ecosystem. Um, Let me catch up to where. Okay, I accidentally. What happened to the chat? I lost it. Go up a little bit. Don't go too much. All right, let me switch screens again and go to the bigger chat. Let me go to the bigger chat because that one's getting annoying. All right, big chat. Okay. All right. Nice how much missed clean single player action adventure games until I played First Light last time. We had something that was Uncharted 4. It should be less heavy and more optimized out of the box. That's what they should have. Yeah, I agree with you. Play nice games. I agree with you. So basically, UE6 is Claude plus. connected worlds. So, I don't know about the whole AI stuff. I didn't catch up with that. Can somebody like is like do they have Claude integrated into Unreal 6? Is that what's going on? If someone can confirm that to me. Uh, selling point for devs. Okay. Standard that many will know how to use. That's what they capitalize the devs. Epic Game Store just added a shopping cart this year. Yeah, like Epic Game Store is it is behind. It is so super behind. Like it does not have like the basic stuff that Steam has. And they're trying to focus on player retention, but I think what Epic really needs to do is just focus on what they already have and make those stronger. Their strengths are the Unreal Engine and Fortnite, but instead they want to like expand. It's I feel like it's greed or hubris. Like they don't want to just improve on what they already have. They want to get what their competition has. Like, make yourself better rather than like you don't need to be the best at everything. Be the best at what you're already the best at. Game doesn't pay any attention to actual story, so yeah. Um, you dislike Hollow Knight? That's fine. That's fine, Mr. 10 years. You don't need to like Hollow Knight. I was just using it as an example. Note it down. So core is 30, 60 seconds loop, then layer on that subgenre, then aesthetics, and then scale that up to 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour, etc. Um, yeah, also the main point with that middle layer is that the middle layer is more the systems that make the game fun. So, like I mentioned with Hollow Knight, the systems would be like the Metroidvania and Souls-like aspects of it. For Borderlands, the system would be the um, the RPG elements, collecting the loot, customizing your character, etc. Um, Trying to think of more examples. I guess trying to think. So Unreal 4. Sorry, not Unreal. Uncharted 4. Like the Uncharted games. Yeah, like it's platforming and third person shooting, which is the system. Sorry, the genre. But then the next step up would does it have a system beyond that? I guess the fact that it's a cinematic um adventure because what makes Unreal 4 sorry, not Unreal, Uncharted 4 fun within a sitting is having like a cinematic and narrative experience. And then, beyond that would be like the whole Indiana Jones type of aesthetic. So that would be using something like Uncharted 4 for an example. Kids can't afford games, so Roblox is one of those games that has all the games in it. Yeah. How did you make your thumbnail? Hey, how do you spell Ali Job? I made my thumbnail, so I got a picture of the Steam Deck, not Steam Deck, Steam Machine. I put it into Photoshop and then I selected it and I told Photoshop with a generative fill using Nano Banana. I told it make this console look like it's exploding. That's how I made the thumbnail. And I also said add in the Unreal logo and make it look thick and metal. So that's basically how I made the thumbnail. I used Photoshop. If Epic can't be the best, how will they they catch Pokemon? Like no one ever was. Nice. Anyways, I think that should be it. We reached an hour and a half, over an hour and a half. If you guys have any other questions or anything, or if anyone wants to do a super chat, that's always great. Otherwise, we're going to wrap things up. Like I said, um, I should have no, skip the ad, skip the ad. I should have the new video available tomorrow. I have the majority of it done editing. Um I need to add in B-roll footage, especially when I'm reading my script, cuz some segments I'm reading a script and I'm looking at my monitor, so I need to put some B-roll footage over my face. So I need to add B-roll footage, but I'm mostly done. I'll probably upload it onto YouTube tonight and then make it go live tomorrow while I'm at work. And yeah, again, I will likely start doing memberships on the channel soon, once YouTube approves it, because they it goes through a review through YouTube, and basically the way how the memberships will be is that I guess the biggest perk is that if you pay the $5, it's basically you'll get a shout out right now. It's like if you want to support the channel, $5 a month, you'll get a shout out on the video. And you also get like a emblem next to your name, some emojis. Um, that's it. I don't wanna put, like, stuff behind a paywall, because if you don't pay, I don't want you to, miss out on the content, because, like, the whole purpose of, like, having a content funnel is that the funnel is supposed to be wide at the top, and it's like you're giving out a lot of free content, and then, you go down the narrow funnel, and then by the end of the content funnel, that's where, like the 10% or however many people that start from up here, they get down here and then down here. Those are the people who pay money and like whatever. Like if they want to um, support me because of membership or if they buy my game, that's basically the content funnel. So I need to have like free stuff up here at the um, large part of the content funnel, and so therefore I don't want to uh, put any of my YouTube content behind a paywall. So if you want to support once it goes live, I'll start putting people's names at the end of the videos to give them a shout out. As well as I'm going to set the video to be viewable to members for like 24 hours before it goes live. So it's not gonna be too long. Just like one day, people will have early access to the video. But that's basically it. Did I hit my 7,000 yet? Let's see. No, no, I'm still not there. I'm almost there. Look at that. We're 6,999. Almost there at the 7,000 subs. Anyways, oh, and let me see next week. Next week, what are we looking at? Yeah, I should be doing live stream same time next week, Tuesday. Looks good. Um, all right. So close. I can't sub more than once. That's fine. No worries. Anyways, I appreciate all you guys joining in. Please like the video. Those of you who are watching, like the video. Make sure that you hit the like button so that it helps the algorithm. And I appreciate all you guys who show up. It makes the live streams more fun. And yeah, we the people would like some updates, breakdowns, or info on the game you're making. The game, basically, it's been on hold for like a year and a half at this. I need to get back to it. Beware Tomorrow, has been kind of on the side cooker due to the fact that I'm trying to make money. I've been struggling to pay bills with these not so good jobs, and but I do plan on getting back to Beware tomorrow, and so hopefully we'll get there. But right now it's just been a little rough with finances, and I'm trying to focus on things that make money immediately. Um, anyways, I appreciate you guys here. Uh, thanks for being here. You guys take care. Salam. How do I end this? There we go.